Coming up on Early Texas today, what happened to Hillary Clinton? The presidential nominee suddenly left a 9/11 commemoration yesterday. We'll tell you why. Also yesterday, the nation paused to remember the victims of the September 11 terror attacks. We'll have more on how people paid their respects to the victims ahead. And the new Miss America was crowned last night. We have who took home the title and all the details. It's all happening on this Monday, September 12th, 2016. Early Texas Today starts right now.
Start here. Expect more. This is Early Texas Today.
Good morning and welcome to Early Texas Today. I'm Imani Payne.
And I'm meteorologist Wes Houk. Good morning, Imani. And
good morning.
All of our viewers at home. This is Imani Payne, one of our reporters out of Killeen. She's been with us since May, right?
Right, since May. Super excited to be here, waking up with you and everyone at home.
Yeah, we're going to get to be with you all week long.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Coming in, though, I thought it was going to be a little bit cooler just because it was so late, or I guess early.
Right, early.
But it was kind of warm. So, I mean, is that something we're going to keep seeing the rest of the week?
I think we're going to only warm up from here a little bit. We do have some rain chances. That'll be the other thing. Today's going to be probably the nicest day we've got left of the week. The weekend was beautiful after that cold front went through on Saturday. Sure turned out pretty nice. Look at these morning temperatures. These are not too bad for the fact that we are almost halfway through September at this point, folks. 69 degrees in Waco this morning. Look off towards the north and west, off towards Hamilton and Comanche. Almost feeling a touch of fall, because we're not into the 50s yet, but we're getting closer and closer every morning. Still 70 degrees in Killeen this morning and 71 in Temple. These numbers will likely fall a degree or two more with nearly calm conditions everywhere on the map. The only reason I'm showing you this is it's so rare. We've had such breezy mornings pretty much sustained the last 2 weeks for us. Satellite and radar here locally, pretty quiet. Again, clear skies across central Texas. Zooming out, we got a ridge of high pressure building in for the short term. That cold front, that boundary layer that pushed through on Saturday as well to the south of us now. Here's a quick check of your forecast, Monty. We'll break down the 7-day forecast coming up in just a few more minutes.
All right, thank you, Wes. We'll check back in with you a little later on. Now, as we do each year, yesterday the nation paused to remember the victims of the September 11 terror attacks. It's been 15 years now since hijacked planes crashed into the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Thousands gathered for memorials at those spots yesterday, including Hillary Clinton, who left the service at Ground Zero suddenly. Jay Gray has details from New York.
Jeremiah Joseph Ahern.
Joanne Marie Aliotis.
15 years later,
Delane Aldred Frederick.
The memories of those lost and the emotions have yet to fade. Thousands gathered today around the memorial at Ground Zero in Lower Manhattan to honor, remember, and pay their respects, including presidential candidates Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, both suspending their campaigns Sunday out of respect for the victims of the 9/11 attacks.
After spending about 90 minutes at the memorial, Clinton's campaign team says she felt overheated. She left abruptly and went to her daughter Chelsea's apartment here in New York.
Inside for about an hour before walking out steady and waving to the crowd. A crowd of family members and friends gathered at the memorial in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, honoring heroes who gave their lives to divert a hijacked plane headed for the Capitol.
Their spirits live in this sacred ground and in our hearts.
And President Obama took part in a service at the Pentagon, sharing a message of respect and resolve.
But in the end, the most enduring memorial to those we lost is ensuring the America that we continue to be, that we stay true to ourselves, that we stay true to what's best in us, that we do not let others divide us.
A nation united, refusing to give in to terror.
Timothy Ray Ward.
And refusing to forget. Jay Gray, NBC News, New York.
Derek Christopher Washington.
Going back to that dramatic moment that's already being watched and rewatched. After suddenly leaving the 9/11 commemoration at Ground Zero in New York yesterday morning, Secretary Hillary Clinton stumbled, nearly collapsing. Just after 11 a.m., the campaign released a short statement saying in part, Secretary Clinton, quote, felt overheated during the ceremony and went to her daughter Chelsea's apartment in Manhattan, which is just a few miles away. Then just before noon, Clinton emerged unassisted, smiling. Congressman Joe Crowley also attended the memorial and said she seemed perfectly normal.
I was standing right behind Secretary Clinton and just to her left, and it was incredibly stifling, very hot.
And late last night, Clinton's pneumonia diagnosis was announced. The former Secretary of State does not travel with a physician. Moving now to the Lone Star State in Dallas, where firefighters are mourning the loss of one of their own. University Park Fire Captain Robert Pointner was shot to death Friday night at his home in Rockwell County. His wife is being held in connection with his death. She's charged with conspiracy to commit murder. Police are seeking a third person of interest in the case. There's been no word yet on the motive. And it was a scary situation for a driver in downtown Austin Friday afternoon. Police say a car dangled off the top floor of a parking garage near 5th and Congress. Police were able to lower the car about an hour after it first went off the side of the building. Cell phone video captured the car fall off the top floor and get caught in protective wires. The driver was able to escape from the car and get back into the parking garage without getting hurt. And closer to home, Killeen police have identified the man who died in a high-speed chase after refusing to pull over. Investigators say he is 20-year-old Stacy Hardy, a Fort Hood soldier. The chase started near the intersection of Elms Road and Fort Hood Street around 10 o'clock on Friday, reaching speeds of more than 100 miles per hour. Hardy eventually collided with a minivan on Fort Hood Street. He was thrown off his motorcycle, landing more than 100 feet from the crash. 2 people in the minivan were injured. And 1 person is dead and more than a dozen others are injured after a bus crash near the Denver International Airport. Police say a school bus was carrying around 20 students and coaches from Legacy High School when it drove off the embankment of a terminal approach yesterday. They say the female bus driver died. All of the other passengers had to be taken to a local hospital.
The bus driver circled back around to this level. We don't know why. It is unexpected. She was one of 3 buses that were traveling outbound, and the preliminary information is from the other bus drivers that it was quite curious to them. They don't really know why, so it wasn't communicated to them from the other bus drivers. So at this point, should not have been coming back up, but did, and then ran off the right side of the roadway, struck one of the upright pillars that holds the ramp that takes us up to level 6 east.
Police are investigating the cause of the crash. The mystery of the July $487 million Powerball jackpot winner in New Hampshire is starting to unravel. The New Hampshire Lottery says attorneys for the winner are planning to come forward today to claim the prize. The winning ticket was sold at a Hannaford supermarket from the drawing on July 30th. Samsung is urging consumers to immediately stop using Galaxy Note 7 smartphones after reports that the phones caught fire while their batteries were being charged. The FAA has already urged people to shut down the devices on airplanes, and now some airlines have banned the phones on flights altogether. Samsung promises it will exchange the phones for new ones. 2.5 million devices have been recalled so far. And all this talk about Galaxy Note 7 phones catching fire could pose some real problems for Samsung's bottom line. Consumer analysts are predicting all the negative publicity would lead to at least a slight loss in consumer confidence. Moving along, a new Miss America has been crowned. Miss Arkansas took home the title last night. Savvy Shields won the competition with a jazz dance routine to a song from the TV show Smash. In addition to the crown, she won a $50,000 scholarship, a 6-figure salary, and an appearance agreement with Dick Clark Productions. Doesn't sound like a bad gig at all. Miss South Carolina Rachel Wyatt was first runner-up. The time now is 4:38. Still ahead, T.D. Jakes, you know him as a best-selling author and a pastor, but he's getting ready to take on a new role. We'll tell you what it is coming up. And if you're just waking up with us this morning, meteorologist Wes Howell will give us another look at this week's weather forecast. Stick with us.
Good morning, Central Texas. We are waking up with some very quiet weather conditions here across the I-35 corridor. Live look here from our Bob Mills Furniture Sky Live weather camera in the Temple area. We're looking at temperatures today to go from the mid to low 70s or upper 60s, what we're going to wake up to, all the way into the low 90s. Should be a dry day for us. Southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour at the highest. It's going to be fairly quiet. Last day we're going to see that way this week before isolated rain chances really start to ramp back up here across the I-35 corridor and through much of Central Texas. Satellite radar right now, blank slate for us, except for maybe a few high clouds off towards the north this morning. Otherwise, we're going to see a few passing clouds off towards the east. Future track is kind of overdoing it a little bit on the eastern half from Interstate 45 towards East Texas, but we should remain dry. Sunny conditions for us. Relatively pleasant. We're not looking at overly humid conditions until maybe late this evening. We'll start to see that uptick in the humidity as the winds shift more towards the south. That ridge of high pressure continues to build off towards the east and will break down this mild weather pattern that we've been experiencing the past couple of days. We are expecting temperatures in some spots to reach from 91 to 93 degrees. I think that'll be definitely on the high side for us. Here's a look at the bigger picture, what's happening. That stalled out boundary layer to the east of us that worked through Saturday morning. That gave us a little bit of rain here in central Texas and some storms early in the morning, then left for a beautiful weekend. There's that ridge of high pressure across Oklahoma, a little short wave to the west of that, but it's this cold front we're watching roll in out of the northern Rockies. That'll be giving us increased rain chances throughout the latter half of the work week. We'll see the sea breeze moisture return at first. That's what's going to give us the rain chances on Wednesday into Thursday, but that cold front well to the north of us will drive southward over the days to come, and we'll see rain chances increasing by midweek. Again, Wednesday time frame, that rain showers you see here, that is primarily your Gulf Stream air returning, so it's going to be a muggy middle part of the work week. And as we say hello to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's where your rain chances really ramp up. Temperatures, however, are going to stay considerably cooler than normal into the mid-80s by Saturday into Sunday. But for now, Amani, we're going to be talking about rain chances upwards of 40 to 50% coverage.
Oh, shoot.
I know, right in time for the weekend.
Well, I mean, it sounds like we've got a little bit of time to still get outdoors today before the rain comes in.
If you were stuck inside all weekend, heaven forbid, I think this today maybe
your
tomorrow.
Final chance, it sounds like.
Yeah, today's going to be dry, less humid, very comfortable, and then we'll see that kind of changing.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Wes. Okay, well, why don't we take a look at what's trending on the web?
Shall we?
All right, yesterday on Football Sunday, there were new calls on the field for social justice. Members of the Seattle Seahawks and the Miami Dolphins took a stand in different ways. All 53 Seattle Seahawks players locked arms in show of solidarity. Across the field, 4 Miami Dolphins took a knee. The controversy started preseason when San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick refused to stand during the anthem, protesting what he called police brutality and racial injustice.
All right, well, now we're moving on. Let's take a look here at this. Yes, that's on TV, a fire. Oh, it's a TV on fire. I can't even read it this morning. Okay,
it's
YouTube
melting.
channel lets the TV melt just as a blowtorch to the flat screen TV recently. The channel lets the TV melt, specializing. I can't read that. I missed it. I don't know.
Well, this plasma TV is melting. The YouTube channel is called Let's Melt This, and I guess
that's what they do. They just let things melt. Okay.
Apparently, all right. And moving on, finally, earlier this month, a Michigan mom found this nasty note in her shopping cart. It reads, "Buy that kid a muzzle." It's because her 6-year-old autistic son, Grandy, is fascinated with alarms and often imitates the noise they make after hearing. After hearing what happened, a Grand Rapids security company invited Grandy to tour their office, and they made him an honorary alarm technician.
Aww.
Grandy described it as the best day ever. It's a really sweet
Pretty
story
cute there, huh?
I'm still kind of caught up on the melting TV.
Well, yeah, I missed it. I couldn't read it fast enough there. I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, coming up on Texas Today, T.D. Jakes, you know him as a best-selling author and a pastor, but he's getting ready to take on a new role. We'll tell you what that is coming up. And a Texas legend is getting a new wardrobe. We'll have a look at that coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Best-selling author, film and music producer Bishop T.D. Jakes is now taking on a new role as a brand new daytime talk show host. The highly respected megachurch pastor is the face of the new syndicated daily one-hour talk show T.D. Jakes, which debuts right here on Channel 6 News today at 1 p.m. Trisha Hendricks went to California to see firsthand what the show is all about and has this report.
We're here at Glendale Studios for a behind-the-scenes look at the new T.D. Jakes show.
Just checking the levels of he'll come out, everybody on your feet.
The crew is ready.
Bishop is ready, thank you.
And the guests are too. The excitement is building.
Set the ladder in place.
Lights, cameras, action.
I've never heard, seen, or experienced anybody like you.
Wow, you're gonna make me blush.
Backstage, we got to see where they make the magic happen during the taping of the show. It takes a lot of talent to put this show on, from the control room and audio booth to the floor crew and, yep, those up on ladders. The inspiring, soulful, and authentic T.D. Jakes is ready to take his seat as the host. After the taping, we got to sit down with Jakes face to face to hear his vision for the show.
My audience is the village, both on social media as well as live in the studio as well as the television audience, and we draw from them.
On this show, you'll see plenty of guests, young and old, from all different backgrounds, celebs and non-celebs alike.
This is not a monologue, it's a dialogue. I want to hear from the viewer. I want to know what you think.
Jakes wants to bring meaningful, thought-provoking content to audiences across the country.
I want to know what you feel. I want to know what makes you laugh and what makes you cry. I'm fascinated with the whole human experience. You cannot correct what you
He wants this to be a place everyone feels welcome, regardless of their belief system. His warm approach is inviting.
And this is a platform where we can hang out, you know, and have a good time, you know, and have an opportunity to have some latte and talk about life. That's what it's all about.
Be sure to catch TD Jakes' new show on September 12th. From Glendale Studios in Glendale, California, I'm Trisha Hendricks.
That was Trisha Hendricks reporting. Again, TD Jakes premieres on Channel 6 News this afternoon at 1. And in case you missed it, a Texas legend is getting a new look ahead of this year's Texas State Fair. The wardrobe for the 55-foot-tall cowboy known as Big Tex was unveiled inside the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. State Fair organizers laid out the new outfit, which includes a black shirt and a new belt buckle. Big Tex will also be sporting a ribbon honoring the Dallas police officers who were killed in the ambush attack on July 7th. Big Tex will roll out his new threads at the State Fair of Texas, which kicks off in 20 days. And still ahead, a military family gets the surprise of a lifetime. You won't want to miss it. We have that coming up next. Stay with us. Welcome back. 3 wounded veterans now in California got a surprise of a lifetime, a new home and brand new cars. This weekend, the Diaz family discovered they were receiving a new car. Alberto Diaz was wounded by an IED in Afghanistan. The injury required complete right-side facial reconstruction. They were among the families surprised by the charity Building Homes for Heroes, which was started as a response to the September 11th attacks.
When you get hurt, you get out and you just feel like everybody stops caring, you know? And then all these nice people come out of nowhere and they're just like, we'd like to help you, you know? Anything. It's too much.
I feel like when I got my leg amputated, when I got all better and healed up, that's how I feel today. It's a new start, you know? A house is a big purchase for anybody, and I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Sergeant Mitchell Malo, who you just heard from, lost his left leg from an IED blast in Iraq. He was given the key to a mortgage-free home. Now let's go ahead and head over to West Howe and get a check-in on that weather one last time.
That's a great story there as well. Okay, we're looking at temperatures today. They'll be a little bit warmer than we were at the end of the weekend, but still very comfortable, especially considering low humidity levels and winds that will be shifting out of the south, but they should be fairly light throughout the remainder of today. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast. Dry today and likely through much of tomorrow and even most of the day on Wednesday. We'll start to see a few possible showers back into the forecast at that point on. Afternoon showers a good possibility on Thursday into Friday. That's when they'll become more widespread thanks to a cold front that'll be returning. But notice what it does to the temperatures, down into the upper to mid 80s throughout the rest of the weekend. But we'll have to take the good with the bad. That also means rain showers returning to the region.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Wes. And still ahead on early Texas today, 25 hours and 15,000 dominoes when it's making a massive structure. We'll have today's viral video next. All right, welcome back. Now take a look at this, 25 hours and 15,000 dominoes. That's how long it took YouTube user Havish to build this massive triple spiral structure. Talk about dedication. Now just looking at this, I was thinking, you know, maybe this will be a good party game, but I just see a lot of yelling and frustration, a lot of pressure. So
how long did this take to build?
25 hours.
25 hours
Yeah.
right there.
A lot of dedication.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
That's patience I don't have.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'd be the guy at the party who walked up and stumbled across that saying, where's the bathroom? Oops, I'm sorry. You didn't put a lot of work into this, did you? But yeah, they did.
Yeah, 25 hours.
That leaves a cool effect afterwards. Look, so you still can enjoy it even after it's gone down because look, it's maintained
colors.
the sequence.
Nice
It looks good. It looks good. I just don't have patience for it.
I know. I'd be
Absolutely
the one
not.
person to put the piece and then everything just destroyed.
All right.
Chris would walk through it. You would ruin it. I wouldn't do it at all.
I think what we learned is nobody wants to invite us to their party.
Exactly.
Thank you, Amani. Good work on the 4:30. We appreciate you being here this morning.